Hey guys, so how's everyone doing? I hope you're well. If you've seen the title, another one of those when things don't go your way or shit happens or nightmare salt, whatever you want to call it. Took this thing down. Some of you watched the video, showed a little interest in it. I know nothing exciting. I bought this for my wife, to be honest with you. We bought one new like back in '05. My dad still has it. I'll have it back here shortly. It's quit again. But it's been sitting for a while. I'm sure it's just rotten gas or something in it, but we'll try to video that, I guess. Maybe not, but anyway, if you'll remember, thing had an air leak like behind the flywheel. I was like, well, probably just needs glued back down. The base plate kind of fell off of it when I tore it down, but I went through the saw, done a little port work to it, cleaned it up, muffler mod, put it all back together. Thought she was going to be ripping. Same dang thing, air leak, same place. I even switched gaskets and pulled one of these intakes off of another saw, which I realize there's nothing wrong with either of the others I have now, but just could not find it. Ended up pulling it completely back down, which I didn't really care for that aluminum bore chromed piston deal that was in it. Got online, found an aftermarket cylinder. It's chrome plated, has, you know, your typical cast piston and ring in it. So we went with that. It was a whole kit, had bearings, seals, gaskets, everything. I ended up picking up another one of these blocks, OEM gasket. I was like, we'll just change it all. It'll be a done deal. But lo and behold, when I started to saw up, same damn thing. I just got so mad and aggravated with it, I set it over here on the shelf, and it's sat there ever since until this evening. I got, you know, a bunch of saws here done I wanted to do. I've still got a bunch more I need to do. So what I done, pulled the whole engine out of it, and, you know, the glue had set good. There ain't a real good way to do a pressure test on these, so what I done, it was kind of rednecked, I guess. I put my finger over the intake port and over the spark plug hole and just kind of blew a little air through the exhaust port, and it kind of stuck out like a sore thumb. I'll probably have to pause you guys. I don't know if this thing will let me go to macro while I'm videoing. It won't. I don't know how well you guys can see that. If I can get the light on it right. But that is a big hole corroded in this base plate. You know, that's pretty fixable. Man, take some JB weld, seal that back up. Could use it on another one, but honestly, I think right here's the best thing to do with it. Just so someone don't pick it up in the future and stick it on another saw. But I had an old Craftsman here I've been pulling parts off of over the years. I've got this one cleaned and polished up and ready to go. So hopefully the next clip you see is this thing running. I really hope so. Without an air leak, by the way. Alright guys, so I've done my pressure test again, and the only place I plugged the exhaust, the intake, and blew some air through the spark plug hole, and it's coming out of the impulse. So we should be sealed up and good to go. I really don't want to buy that Mighty Vac pressure test kit. I've really never had a need for it, but I don't know, who knows, we may end up picking one up in the future, but not anytime soon, I don't think. But every now and then I guess it may come in handy, I guess. Thing oil's like crazy. I don't want to run it long. It's just dumping oil everywhere, which is a good thing. We'll call that a win. I'm gonna bar it up. I've got a Oregon 14. I've got another old chassis out in the shed that's got a set of dogs on it. I may dig those out at a later date, but I've got a brand new, I think it's an Archer. It's full chisel chain. 3/8 low pro, kind of looks like a Pico chain, to be honest with you. But we're gonna bar this thing up and go out back and see if this thing will make a cut. It'll just make my day if it will, because I ain't got a lot of money in it. After buying it and putting the new cylinder and gaskets, and I robbed the guts out of that other carb and put in the OEM carb, or the kit, the diaphragms and stuff. I'm like in it around $100 or something. That's probably 50-60 bucks less than it would have costed new. We did get the Wild Thing bar and chain with it. I've not even took it out of the saran wrap to see what it looks like, but I know it's going to perform better with that on it. I'll bring you back once we figure something out. Yeah, guys, that thing looks just like a Pico chain. I'm pretty sure it's probably what they've copied it after. Alright, guys, I hope everybody can see good. I'll back up the GoPro just in case. This monitor is super hard to see out here in the sun. This thing's actually sounding pretty good. Really like the sound of it. I think I showed the muffler mod up close there in the camera, but if not, I'd cut like the bottom out of that baffle or cat that they call it in that. It's actually like a catalytic converter they put in them with the screen over the whole thing. We cut the whole bottom out of that. It's just something I used to do to these, and then I put a pipe up in the top where it would have a little pull, if it makes any sense. But that log's 10 inches. We measured it the other day. Let's see how she does. It has really, really good compression. That thing has a 6-pin rim on that, so it's not going to cut super fast. That little saw was actually fun to run, guys. Alright, guys, as bad as I hate to say it, I really like the little saw. You know, after a few cuts, it went pig rich, which was kind of what I expected it to do. We redialed in the carb. I leaned the high jet out just a little bit. It was super rich up top. And the little saw came to life. Really, it's not half bad at all. It seems to be really, really torquey. I don't know if it's to do with the 6-pin rim or what, but as you can see, that chain pulls a really nice chip for what it is. Little thing don't run half bad at all. You know, I've run them stock. I don't run nothing like that, and I know some of you other guys have too, but no doubt in my mind you could put the 18 back on it with that same style of chain and it handle it just fine. But once we get a couple tanks through it, I'm going to turn the heat up on it, and then, you know, we'll do a, you know, Wild Thing turned up video or something. But yeah, not half bad at all. I'd say it was a fun project, but it wasn't. I probably had the thing apart completely 3 or 4 times that I know of. You know, it just is what it is. Sometimes stuff don't go your way, but I don't know what would have caused that to corrode out in the bottom of that. hit pretty nasty when I first pulled it down. So, you know, I guess old fuel or something had sit in there and ate that little hole in it. But yeah, it kind of sucks that I had to pull it apart 4 times to figure it out. But that's just the way it is, you know. It kind of got to my nerves, left a bad taste in my mouth, and I just set it on the shelf and said I'll come back to it in a couple of weeks. But I'm gonna start shooting some videos like this, you know. Not everything goes perfect. I've had some builds here that were the simplest builds end up just being nightmares just over the simplest things, but it's just all part of it, you know. But with that said, I'm gonna quit running my mouth, and as always, thank you guys. Welcome to everybody that's new and hung around. Y'all stay safe, and y'all have a good one.